Mike McCool here with the Royal Examiner. We're down on Main Street in Front Royal on this Saturday noontime. It looks like, 11:15, and the march has left the Skyline Middle School and is headed down Main Street now, and they're approaching the gazebo, which they'll meet and have some speakers, which we'll bring those to you at that time.
Always people are not going to understand your experience, but that's when we come in and try to communicate that to people. You know, without communication, we can't do what we're trying to do. So that's really important. I want to take a moment to thank thank Chief McGallis and the Front Royal Police Department, so can you give them a round of applause, please? To all of our officers, I just think, can we get another round of applause? Let's come back here and give them a round of applause. Thank you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beyond the officers, there's been a lot of people that have been helpful in the town, like Matt Tiedrick. He helps do our permits and stuff, so we're able to come out here. So we're thankful for the town and people of the town, authorities, and everybody who's working extra today that works for the town. We really appreciate it. I'm sure you all know, but again, our mission, very simply put, is to eradicate white supremacy. We understand that silence is complicit. We want to make sure that we build bridges. We want to make sure that they're not burnt down. We're a community organization. We're for everybody, but we understand that there's a certain type of pain and a certain type of hurt right now amongst a certain people. And so we want to make sure that we focus changing that. I see a lot of naysayers and stuff online, but I just want to let all of you know, we don't pay attention to that kind of stuff, okay? Everything negative you don't have to respond to. So when you see that stuff on Facebook or social media, whatever, let them people have it. If there's anything that's really important, you'll always hear from us. So make sure you come to the source. A lot of people have been saying, oh, they're not going to be peaceful. And we clearly showed them on the Friday the 5th that we were peaceful. So when I seen that for this time, I'm like, what else can I say? What else can I do? I mean, I work with the chief. I've worked with downtown. We've done everything to try to show the community that we're peaceful. So we're going to continue to be peaceful. We're going to continue working with the people that we need to work with, but just make sure that you never feel afraid to have your voice heard. You have a voice and you're supposed to use it. Don't let anybody ever deter you from doing such a thing. This is America, and that's one of the great things about being American. You know, if you have a voice and you have a problem, you're supposed to be able to relay that to people without fearing any kind of fear, you know? So I wanted to say that. I had some other things I wanted to say. We got a donation, $500. Can we give a round of applause for that? It was an anonymous donation, but, well, I'll tell you the story. I like to be transparent. He's like, I'm like, I would like to give you a shout out because we like to shout out everybody who does something nice for us. He said no. I said, okay, well, that's fine. He was like, but I want you to do it in love and memory of John Crawford III. And, you know, there's so many different hashtags nowadays. It's hard to remember who's who, what's the story, whatever. So I did a little research, and John Crawford III was a 22-year-old black man in Walmart about to buy a BB gun. If you watch the video, it's out there and available. You can see that not much occurred before he got shot dead in that aisle while he was looking at a BB gun. So that donation was for that. So we're just trying to amplify his name today. When we march, and we always stay to a few names, it's because we want to keep everybody on track. But we all know that there's more than just Sandra Bland and George Floyd or Trayvon Martin or the names that cover the media or get media coverage all the time. There's so many things that we can do. So I also want to say, we're not just trying to dispel police. That's another thing that a lot of people in the community are saying. Front Royal Unites wants to get rid of our police officers. No, but did you know they spend the same amount of money on dry cleaning that they spend on training per year? That's the kind of stuff that we've been figuring out. And that's the kind of stuff that we're working on fixing, you know? So be resting assured that we have plans. We're moving forward. We have a big goal of getting a community center. I maybe shouldn't have said that so soon, but it's a really big goal. Stevie's been hitting that idea and vision. I'm going to pass this off to her because I think I said a lot. We don't need to have a lot of speakers this time. We're going to have these speakers with some music. It allow people to enjoy some food. We got hot dogs, snacks. But from the bottom of my heart, again, coming from here, I'm really thankful because you can look around. You see a lot of people that look like me, but I see a lot of people that, I'll say it, white folks. And I just am so thankful that people understand that I have an experience and maybe you never lived it, but you're there in support of it. So I'm really thankful. It's emotional, but it's something that I'll always remember, so thank you.
Thank everyone again for coming out. I'm just overwhelmed by all the beautiful faces that I'm seeing in the crowd, and I'm just extremely grateful. I grew up here in Front Royal, and actually my mother had an ice cream store right on this very corner of Main Street. And so I spent a lot of my childhood running up and down these streets, and it was then that I developed this love for our community that I have. And I am so happy. Can't hear?
Take it to the mic.
Sorry. I'm not good at this thing. Okay. So anyway. way. It was then that I developed the love that I have for this community. And we have so many great partnerships in this community and so many wonderful people to work with. Thank you. How's that? Perfect. Okay. And so we're so grateful to see all of your faces. It's not just about deaths. There are a lot of changes that need to happen in everyday lives of the Black folks, not just across the United States, but here in Warren County. And so Front Royal Unites is looking forward to partner with you all in making the changes that we want to see. We know that we're a great community, and we know that we can always be better, and that's our goal. I want to thank Rachel again. She has so graciously cooked our hot dogs over here. She has a new restaurant that's about to open up right across the street there. And if you guys would like to go over there and get some free food, free snacks, and fellowship and get to know one another, now's a great time to do it. So thank you all so much for coming out. And again, we can all do this together.
Thank you, Stevie.
Hello everyone, my name is Corey. I am the volunteer coordinator. I just wanted to say thank you to the yellow, the red, the blue, and the green team. Thank you guys for being here and helping us out. It's really overwhelming how helpful all of you guys are, seriously. And like Sam said, like what Stevie said, we're all in this together. We couldn't have done it without everyone here. Last time we had an overwhelming turnout. And even though this one's just a little smaller, our voices are still real big, so we gotta use them. Thank you guys for being here. Remember to vote, please. Please vote.
I'm Cammie Hubbard. I'm the sidekick. I don't have an official thing. Before I start, I wanted to give a quote that James Baldwin said in 1965, which states, "It comes as a great shock around the age of 5 or 6 or 7 to discover that the country to which you have pledged your allegiance with along everyone else has not pledged allegiance to you." That being said, our system cannot fail us because it was never designed to protect us. Our lives began to end the day we stayed silent, but that silence is no more. We can no longer normalize and grieve in silence about the Black lives that we have lost. Let the hate that you receive be the love that you give. Our voices must be heard, our emotions must be seen, and our pain must be shared. If we want change, we must take action. These protests make a statement, but in November is the time when the real change will begin. I encourage everyone to go out and vote for what you think is best for our country. Don't let the Black lives that we've lost be in vain. Let their families know that their sons, their fathers, their mothers, their daughters' lives will be put forever down in history as the names that change America. As Martin Luther King once said, "If you cannot fly, then run. If you cannot run, then walk. If you cannot walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward." Thank you.
Real quick, she got one more thing. We're about to turn the music on, get some food, get all that going. But I want to say to all the fathers out here, you play a very important role in life. So just make sure, we just want to say thank you. Happy Father's Day. That's a little early, but shout out to all the fathers out there who's with your family. It's really cool. I really respect that.
I also wanted to enforce the protection of Black trans lives. I want lesbians, bisexuals, happy Pride Month, and keep everyone safe. Thank you.
He the brother. It's hot. This man. She's coming for a buzz. Oh, so that's what material. What about overshot?